to be listening to President Trump speak in one ear and looking out over this city, watching anti-aircraft fire, and also seeing or hearing those airstrikes hit their targets around Damascus. Matthew?
I'm sure it really was, Seth. I just wonder, finally, as you know, the White House, Downing Street, the Elysee Palace in France, have all said they believe these strikes were successful, that they sent a clear message to President Assad that the use of chemical weapons, which of course the Syrians deny having used over the last week, that the use of chemical weapons is unacceptable and they will not tolerate it. Is there any way of characterising whether that message genuinely has got through, or perhaps does President Assad, as we saw in some photographs of him looking rather nonchalant going into the presidential palace today, perhaps he feels he might have been left off the hook?
Absolutely. The spin machines are working in all countries, aren't they? As you mentioned, those pictures that were released this morning that were labeled from the Syrian presidency that showed President Bashar al-Assad appearing unfazed, walking into a building, almost nonchalant, the word that you use. That obviously trying to portray an image of not being particularly bothered, not being deterred by these strikes. We've also heard spin from their opposition, the Syrian rebels, who have reportedly said that these strikes are just a farce as long as President Bashar al-Assad stays in power. We've also spoken with people on the streets and at the top levels of government. One official in the Syrian government told me last night, Syrians have been through so much. They have been fighting over the years, and certainly, as we know, for the last 7+ years in this most recent conflict. This senior official in Assad's government said if there's only one Syrian left, that Syrian will fight for Syria until the last drop of blood. So certainly a defiance on the streets, a defiant mood here in Damascus today.
Seth Doane from our affiliate, the US network CBS News, thank you very much for joining us live from Damascus.